Okay, class, let's take a look. We are in the chapter number 5. This is regards this. Let's take a look. In chapter number 5, let's see. We are in the number 5, which is we call it as the compendium of the process free. Process free, we are in the result of the karma section. Well, basically, previously, actually, what have we gone through? Let me try to remind you that we call it sort of a process free. The reason is because we will talk about the different levels. Okay, I mean, we call it as a cosmology of the Buddhism. Why? Because a different level of cosmology is our vipaka. Number one. Then also we were reborn with 31 planes of existence. So we mentioned about that. Then before this, we talk about the 4 different types of the karma, which is the most crucial part. So I think you can roughly remember, and they try to relate all the karma with the 7. I think Jawana, they link all together. Well, basically, this karma concept, you notice that it appeared in the middle of Abhidhamma, meaning to say that the author think very differently. Not like usually the beginners in Buddhists are usually the first impression is the karma, but here we are in the here. The reason is once we talk about all the Jawana, the vivaka will involve, and one more is about the death and reborn. So we also have gone through that. We got the 4 way. We got the especially 4 ways to die. Okay, then after all this, you take a look. Now we go to the result of the karma. So in the result of the karma, there will be totally 12 akusala. We call it unfavorable consciousness, except the restlessness. The rest can bring us to the woeful state. And I remember very well, Mr. Leong can remember that among the 18 we call it as ahetuka chitta, ahetuka rootless consciousness. The one regards is the investigating, and I mean the investigating, that one will play roles to bring us to the woeful state. So this is Abhidhamma technical part. We create greedy, hatred, stupidity, and restlessness, but we don't die directly. But we'll go through the investigating, this consciousness, rootless investigating. But among the 12, restlessness doesn't have the function to rebirth. The reason is restlessness is two-way. Restless, so meaning to say that a lot, I mean, he still doesn't have enough the strength to bring us there. Okay, why we have to talk about all this? Actually, Abhidhamma, you can only understand better once you attain to the jhana, and you must understand that everything is expressed in a microscopic way. We have to understand that. In other words, nowadays, in 20th century, the famous physics, we call it as a quantum physics. Yes, they are the same thing. Quantum physics, they analyze to the particles, and from the particle, they try to understand the behavior. Basically, quantum physics is very different the rules are very different with our Newton physics. So quantum physics, whatever happened there is easier for us to understand. So we have to remember that in quantum physics, all this we are going to check that. Because once you go to the quantum physics, everything like still, or we are able to freeze the activity of the kalapa. Then we are able to see everything very well. Okay, so remember, so that's why Mr. Leong, Elena, actually, if you got time, you should really to make your jhana to appear, so that you can go to the quantum physics to see everything. Because once you're able in the quantum physics, because everything will be still, there will be no more moving. You're able to check, think very well. Then later on, you have to contemplate the rise and fall. Basically, you notice that we're going to break all the concept stages by stages. We begin with the name, like you are Elena, right? But I break you to all the different components of the body. Elena no more exists. Then, but you still got the hair, all right, the lung, and the ear, right? the cells still different, right? Then I go to break in some more. When I break in some more, go to the particles, then no more already. So we need to say all the concepts one by one have been deprived. Just like what? Some proverbs in the Diamond Sutra. Once you go to the final stage, the final one already, so you're able to go deeper, you notice that everything is just a kalapa only. So the kalapa, whole world is a kalapa, whole body is a kalapa, whole world is a kalapa. But we still see the difference because they have a different elements, and also the energy exists in the different form. Just like the water, okay, all the wave, the water in the river, the water in the tank, all is a different form. But anyway, they are still the water. And then even though this particle we're going to observe behind, actually, they are our consciousness. So this is why Yogacara mentioned that they said the whole world, our consciousness produce all the Dharma. Meaning to say that we can only interpret this in a microscopic way. So if you're able to see, finally, is the consciousness to build up everything, including the particles, the material also come from our mentality. Then finally, you have to go to the final stage and go break in some more. Maybe the Nibbana will arise. But anyway, in Visuddhimagga, they still got step by step, so that you can break it, the continuity one by one. Because our attachment not only in this body only, we will attach to the jhana and the arupa jhana. So basically, whatever you attain, you have to analyze them, you have to break them, so that you're no more attached to them. That is the wonderful. So this is the thing I hope you can experience. So Elena, next time if you've got time, you have to choose between Sui Chan, and the meditation for this. You should go for this. You know or not? Because the chanting still quite, it doesn't really go deep into the microscopic. So if next time you have to choose between one of them, Elena should go there because Nibbana. Yes.
Before I got a problem because when you all do meditation, most of you all sit on the floor cross-legged, and I can't do it. I can only sit on a chair, and I feel very awkward. If everybody sits on the floor, and then I like hindering other people's progress like that.
Oh,
So
no,
that's
no.
why I shy to do it.
Billionaires should ask a permission, especially some Myanmar system. They understand that the enlightenment not from the posture, is
Yeah,
from the mind.
I read that.
You
But
can, you
then
can
it's just that.
no. You have to break through your perception. We don't mind one. For me, who have the ability is the crucial one. I can do a little bit flexibility to adjust that so that people come. So Elena, we may got 3 more African come for the yeah. I know actually in the very beginning. For me, I think we should try to let them learn the Buddhism. But if let's say the African they come, maybe I have to use a different perception that we make them become a better Hinduism. I think it also can become the mission as the Buddhist. Am I right? Conversion is not necessary. We make them become a better Hinduism, more healthy, and then there will be gratitude for us. You see. So I think there's a different way. Why we're going to teach the person different schism and different school from us. So Elena, just don't over. Next time try to get it. Okay, so I go there a little bit because this is all relevant to what we learn here. Okay, class, let's take a look. So we should continue here. Okay, the result, the karma today. Now let's try to continue. Okay, we exclude the restlessness. Okay, according to the guy, unwholesome karma excluding the restlessness. We exclude it. And you talk about that in the 5 material, they only produce 4 unwholesome resultant and the threefold sense consciousness, which is nose, tongue, and the body. Because in the 5 material, they don't need to eat the food, or they don't need to taste the food, so they don't have any tongue. The nerve in the tongue and also in the nose. Now we go to the result, the sense, fear, wholesome karma. Yes, Mr. Leong, can you please read the passage?
results of sense sphere wholesome karma. Wholesome karma of the sense sphere produces rebirth linking in the sensuous blissful plane, and so too it produces the great resultants in the course of existence. But it gives effect to the 8 rootless resultants anywhere in the sensuous world or the fine material world according to circumstances. Guide to 28. If the author will explain the correlations between each type of wholesome chitta and the resultants it is capable of producing. The great resultants occur in 4 modes with the 3 process-free functions of rebirth, linking, bhavana, and death, and within the cognitive process with the function of registration. These resultants ripen only in the sensuous world. The 8 ruthless resultants are the 5-fold sense consciousness, receiving consciousness, and the 2-fold investigating consciousness. The latter can occur within the cognitive process in the role of registration as well, while the one accompanied by equanimity can also function as the rebirth, bhavana, and death consciousness for those of defective birth. All 8 ruthless resultants ripen in the sensuous world, but 3 types of sense consciousness of nose, tongue, and body do not ripen in the fine material world, as the beings there lack the requisite sense faculties.
Okay, thank you so much.
Wholesome results and the root.
Okay, then I can stop here. Hey, Mr. Leong, possible, you try to invite Elena and Sally go to do the microscopic meditation, because I think 3 of you are the level is about the same and also can mutually encourage to each other. Mr. Leong, possible you invite 2 of them, but I think the way is Mr. Leong, the character is more, we call it as a Saddam Anusaya, or he's more faith type. I think maybe Nian for more suit her lah. But I think Sally, Elena, and Mr. Leong, you are quite more, we call it as Dharma Anusaya. You will go deeper. You can go deeper a little bit. Possible, Mr. Leong? Mr. Leong?
Okay. Possible
okay.
when the time is.
Okay, Mr. Leong, we don't hear you already, okay, you know that is okay lah, Yeah, maybe anything, yes.
Sifu, what so suits me?
So far, no. You study first.
Okay.
It's not your time yet. Their time, they should go further already. Don't just, if I think also in the bottleneck already, you should go further, Sally, Elena, and also Mr. Leong, Okay, let's try to digest a little bit here. Oh. Hey, class, if you go to the Theravada learning some skills, they say, they were Mahayana Bhikkhu, they are not the Buddhists, they are not origin. Just ignore that. They usually have a tendency always criticize Mahayana, not as original stem. You should just ignore it, just learn their skills, they will be better. Okay. Am I right, Mr. Leong? Which one tradition prefer criticizing? The Thai one or the Sri Lanka one or the Myanmar one?
I think the Thai forest one.
Thai forest one. Okay, yes. Okay. Okay, finish. Okay, okay, class, let's take a look. Let's see. They got a little bit detail. I want to make you to remind. Here, you talk about the great resultants. The great resultants meaning to say, usually, resultants, they put the name as a great. The reason is because they are the consciousness. I mean, usually it's the favorable consciousness in the sensuous realm. So for this, they can play roles as what? Rebirth linking Bhavanga and the death. Okay, so class, if let's say you go to the chapter number 1, okay, so what we talk about 24 consciousness, okay, so let me show you the diagram. Let me try to let you to relink. Okay, class, you can come to this diagram. Okay, all the list of the table is in the what is this is a list of the table. Then we go to the 89. It's a page 28. Okay, let me show you. Okay, page 28. So class, take a look. So this is the one. We call it as a great resultant is for this. Sense sphere resultant 8. Okay, so they are one that play a roles for the rebirth linking, death, and the bhavanga. So this is the meaning here. So meaning to say that, I mean, abhidhamma, we see this all the diagram, which is strategically planned for. I mean, to include every to include every item. For example, you see, once the wholesome, okay, once the wholesome, this is we call it as karma, okay, ripen, it will become the resultant. I see or not? So actually, it's really, well designed. It's correlate to each other, like author mentioned here, you see or not? Then one more is become the registration. So what does it mean, registration? I think again, same. Plus, we can go back to this list on the table. So registration is in the page of this chapter number 4. Okay, the very great object process, page 155. So class, take a look to the 155. Okay, so you see, so this is the one I mentioned here. The registration is here. Okay, let's see registration. The table is a complete idle process. So there will be total 17 of the consciousness. Okay, and then why it is specifically mentioned for the registration? Because once the cognitive process can run until the registration and even the jhana, meaning to say that the object is a great object. Why the great object is so important? Because the karma accrued can take effects either this life or next life, and one more is indefinite life. This is why you have to understand that not all the karma we create, we all have a resultant. Like Di Chang Jing, sometimes we chanting, have to remember that Di Chang Jing is not the ultimate truth, basically. It's not the primary source of information. Because Di Chang Jing always we mention, it doesn't give a very exactly perception of the karma. If we say that whatever thought come in your mind, all is the karma, all is the bad karma. You see or not? You remember this sentence appeared in Di Chang Jing. But this is for general people, for the beginner. But later when I come here, we notice that all the consciousness could be good, could be bad. And it can only take effect, not just think only it will take effect. It must go to the stage of the registration or the jhana. So basically, that must be the great impact. So this is a great impact. Will greatly influence. So this is why for the bad deed we did we have to repentance. If we don't do repentance, all the karma effect, this life, next life, indefinitely, will keep on influence us. What we worry is we worry that the moment we die, they all come that come as a habitual karma, or some they will come as a destructive karma. Oh, or they just come like that, which is unpredictable. So this is the reason why you keep on mentioning that all this registration, the purpose is here. Basically, class, so you have to, possible, like I think Elena, if you go for Sri Ruta Fahui in Taiwan, you can, try to intentionally to think well why you do that. Because if you do the donation, you the opportunity, you do the Sangika Dana, all this, it's based on the volition, and you feel joy, then the karma, it will go to the Jawara into the registration. So later on, the moment you pass away, Elena, any method you use, they will support you and can go further. If you just joy, just for the sake of joy, maybe as a ritual, or maybe just a habitual, the karma not strong one. So Elena, you have to try to make it strong, that you feel you appreciate it. This is very rare. All this you have to think about that. You have to create yourself the karma. Okay, class, next let's take a look. So this is why we mentioned here for this. Then next, C. Okay, registration, that they said the 8 rootless resultant. This is the based on the 18 rootless. They said they got the twofold investigating consciousness. So this is the one very crucial. Okay, if let's say we're born as a human with the investigating consciousness, basically we're reborn as a defective human. Maybe mental retarded, and all. Inborn, you are how to say, you defect in the organ, so on. Then next, let's take a look. So let me try to finish it. Okay. Then here they said the later can have a cognitive process in the role of the registration, especially accompanied by the equanimity, the investigation one. They can become the rebirth, bhavanga, and death consciousness. Basically, they are the one which will bring us to the woeful state, or the bad quality human that is through this. Then let's take a look. This is the diagram. We digest a little bit of the diagram. What's the purpose for this diagram? Plus, let's take a look. You see, in the very beginning, you see, this is the sense field volition. You see or not? And then we see the realm of existence. Then take a look. This is where we see that it regards the what I think is investigating equanimity. Okay, they give you the number for the abhidhamma. Okay, then let's take a look. You see, we got this one, 11 unwholesome consciousness. Finally, will bring us to the woeful state. Okay, the woeful state. They got 4 4 because this is the hell, hungry ghosts, animals, and the one more should be the asuras. So it's considered woeful state. Okay, then they got 12 unwholesome. Okay, so I don't go detail for that. So he will tell you that the all unwholesome, finally, let's see, SS refer what. This diagram, I'm not that familiar in English. Let's see, SSO. Okay, this is at rebirth. Okay, this one is during the lifetime. Yes, meaning to say the 12 wholesome during the lifetime, the realm of existence, SSO. Let's see, SS. Finally here. Oh, I don't see I don't see the note. Okay, never mind. Okay, so what I want to highlight actually is this diagram. Plus, let's take a look. You see, so this is the first jhana. The supply relation is the first jhana. Even though the jhana have a different category, classes, quality of the jhana. So the realm of resistance, we'll see the Brahma retinue, a Brahma minister, and Mahabrahma. So basically, class, if you have a good quality of the first jhana, which is superior, finally you reborn as a Mahabrahma. Meaning to say that you just feel you are the only one who exists only. Great, right? Like a king, right? Yes, the feeling is like that. This is the best quality of the first jhana. Then you will reborn there lah, if you wish. Okay. Then second jhana, let's take a look. You see, we see the word luster. Okay. And the third jhana, take a look. This is also is the luster. And the fourth jhana is the aura. Let's take a look. So meaning to say that all the aura, the level is higher than the luster. Luster, it's just like a light. I mean, just shining from you only. But the aura is covered the whole body, you see. So meaning to say that the beings there is covered by all, is radiating the light. They're even more, we look very beautiful. This is their vipaka. Basically for them, number one, they are look more beautiful than us. Second, longer life than us. The third, they are more joyful than us. But maybe, and I think because they are in the jhana, if let's say they really want to do the vipassana, I think quite easy. Or they just simply microscopic. I mean, just put the microscope, go to the microscopic world of the namarupa. I think could be very easy. But just I think maybe they don't have intention to do that lah, because too joy already. But if let's say they want to do very easy only. Then next, let's take a look. So this is the fifth jhana. Okay, the fifth jhana. So after fifth jhana, we go to the arupa jhana. Okay, then you see, we try to finish it. Okay, so we're done already for the diagram. Now we take a look to the wholesome result and the roots. See the relationship. Okay, yes, Elena, please.
Therein, superior wholesome karma, accompanied by three roots, produces rebirth linking, similarly accompanied by three roots, and during the course of existence, it gives effect to 16 kinds of resultant. Wholesome karma of an inferior grade, accompanied by three roots, and that of a superior grade, accompanied by two roots, produces rebirth linking with two roots and give effect to 12 kinds of resultant, excluding those with three roots, during the course of existence. But wholesome karma of an inferior grade, accompanied by two roots, produces rebirth linking without roots and give effect to rootless resultant during the course of existence. Guide to 29. Superior wholesome karma. Wholesome karma is distinguished by way of its capacity to produce results into two grades, the superior and the inferior. The superior grade of wholesome karma is that done with a mind that has been well cleansed of the defilements and is attended with good causes before and after commission of the deed. For example, giving alms to the virtuous with wealth righteousness obtained while rejoicing before and after the act of giving. The inferior grade is that done with a mind that before and after the performance of the wholesome deed is tainted by such defiled states as self-exaltation, the disparagement of others, and subsequent regret. Rebirth linking, accompanied by three roots, etc. This occurs by way of the four great resultant accompanied by knowledge. The 16 resultant that arises in the course of existence are the 8 that are rootless and the 8 great resultants. 12 kinds of resultant, excluding the 4 great resultants accompanied by knowledge. Rebirth linking without roots, the wholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity.
Okay, thank you so much. So we
Thank you.
ignore the different view lah. Okay. See here. Okay, class, let's take a look. This is the important point. Once we talk about the inferior grade and the superior grade, basically in inferior grade, the resultants will be tree-rooted. Okay, tree-rooted, or you will reborn as a tree-rooted. But if let's say you produce the inferior karma by do the giving, which is before, after the giving, you regret or you want to boost yourself, then finally, next life, this time the karma, it will downgrade to the, double rooted. So meaning to say that for this life, if we met somebody who prefer to do the meditation, but no matter how cannot attain the jhana and the nibbana, so the high possibility that is they are reborn, they are reborn as a double rooted, which is lack of the wisdom faculty. Then finally, since the lack of the wisdom faculty, so meaning to say they're just double rooted only, because for the past life, whatever they do, the good deeds, maybe before, after, which is already tainted, see or not? Okay, so this is with the self-exaltation, the disparagement of other, and the subsequent regret. Hey, Mr. Leong, you have to on the camera, just one people only, not nice. Okay, Mr. Leong. And Samantha, on the camera, don't off the camera, on the camera.
My camera suddenly off by itself after working for so long. Today it's not working. I can't on it.
Okay, never mind. Okay, Mr. Leong on it. Okay, so this is what the meaning here. Okay. Then next, take a look. Some teachers say we just ignore it. So let's take a look. This is the result of the sense sphere wholesome karma with the table. Okay. Then now we come to the result of the fine material sphere wholesome karma. Yes, Mei, can you please read the passage? Result
of fine material sphere wholesome karma. As regards wholesome karma of the fine material sphere, those who develop the first jhana to a limited degree are reborn into Brahma retune. Developing the same to a medium degree, they are born among Brahma ministers. Developing it to a superior degree, they are reborn among the Maha-Brahmas. Similarly, developing the second jhana and the third jhana to a limited degree, they are reborn among the gods of minor lustre. Developing them to a medium degree, they are reborn among the gods of infinite lustre. Developing them to a superior degree, they are reborn among the gods of radiant lustre. Developing the four jhana to a limited degree, they are reborn among gods of minor aura. Developing to a medium degree, they are reborn among the gods of infinite aura. Developing it to a superior degree, they are reborn among the gods of steady aura. Developing the fifth jhana, they are reborn among the gods of great reward. Developing dissipation towards perception, they are reborn among the non-percipient being, but non-returns are reborn in the pure abodes. Wholesome karma of the fine material sphere. Each of the five fine material sphere jhana produces as its coming resultant fine material sphere chitta that is its own exact counterpart. This chitta is the only resultant produced by the wholesome jhana chitta itself. The wholesome chittas generated in the preparatory stages of meditation cultivating in jhana are sense sphere wholesome chittas and their results. Accordingly, are sense sphere resultant, not fine material resultants. The fine material sphere resultant chitta performs only the three functions of rebirth, linking, bhavanga, and death. This means that it occurs only as process-free consciousness. It does not occur within the cognitive process, nor does the whole jhana chitta produce any resultants occurring in the cognitive process. All resultant chittas occurring in the cognitive process, with the exception of mundane fruits are sense sphere resultant. Each wholesome jhana chitta regenerates rebirth in the 5 material realms that corresponds with its own level. However, the 5 material realms are structured in accordance with the 4 jhanas of the Sutanta system into 4 broad tiers rather than 5, and thus the second and the third jhana chitta of the Abhidhamma fivefold analysis of jhana both produce rebirth into 5 material realms corresponding to the second jhana of the Sutanta system.
Okay,
The lower-
maybe you can stop. Okay, I let Elena read it. 你好似愛冇氣開啦，right? The lower 3 tiers, please, Elena.
The lower 3 tiers of the 5 material world each consists of 3 distinct realms. These realms are the spheres of rebirth for those who develop the corresponding jhana to 3 degrees of mastery: limited, medium, and superior. The jhana chitta itself is not distinguished into different types according to the 3 degrees of development. The chitta is defined as a jhana chitta of a particular type in terms of its constellation of chitta sikas. And for any given jhana, this remains the same no matter whether the jhana is developed to an inferior, middling, or superior degree of mastery. However, the degree of development affects the potency of the chitta to generate rebirth. And thus, in each tier, 3 different realms are found as objective counterparts of their different potencies. In the case of a meditator who has developed several jhanas, the highest one still possesses at the end of his life is the one that will take on the role of generating rebirth.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, okay, stop here first. Okay, class, let's take a look. Now we talk about is the jhana. Okay. Well, in jhana, okay. So for just now, just now, actually one fact is very important. Especially Elena prefer do some giving. So make sure before, after, no more regret, no more exaggerating, all this kind of stuff. So meaning to say that you can produce a good quality of the giving. So remember that. Okay. Then if you go to the jhana, basically, what else we have to to consider regards to jhana. Number one is regarding the Sutanta system and the Abhidhamma system. Basically, Sutanta is the first, second, third, fourth jhana, right? Abhidhamma is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth jhana. The difference is between, for the second jhana, in the Sutanta, it will drop Vitaka, Vichara. For the, for Abhidhamma system, it will drop one by one the jhana anga factor only. Guys, remember that? Remember that? So during the meditation, if you go to the forest monk system, Mr. Leong, they are possessed Sutanta 4 jhana only. But if let's say you go to the Abhidhamma, there will be 5 jhana. It's because the difference between the jhana anga factor in the second jhana. Okay, so number one is for this. Second class, before we reach to the jhana, we will experience is the sense field consciousness in the first place, and must be with a good quality one. Why do we say so? Let's take a look. Actually, this it means something for us, which is quite useful for us. For example, the list of the table. Let's take a look. Okay, now we go to the the absorption jhana process, page 169, the table. Okay, 169. 169. Okay, class, let's take a look. So this is the absorption table, the table, 169. What does it mean there for us? See? I see. 169. Okay, class, let's take a look. You see, the initial attainment of the jhana. So this is the jhana. Okay, this is the jhana. So before the jhana, actually all this is considered sense field consciousness. Like here, class, you see, now it mentioned here, you see, they say now you see the preparatory stages all are the sense field wholesome consciousness. There's a reason why in 40 kamatana, certain kamatana, they are unable to reach to the first jhana. They're just they're just wriggling around here only. For example, Buddhanusati, Dhammanusati, Sanghanusati, and then it's the foundness, and then foundness to the foot, all this stuff, meditation method. I think maybe if a Nian Fo Fa and the mantra involve the south one, I think also they cannot reach to the jhana. The reason why, because the vitaka is too strong already. In order to be successful in the Buddhanusati, you must have the vitaka to go to go to check the merit. And then also the foundness to the foot, you need the vitaka. Once the presence of the vitaka, is hard for you to go into the first jhana because it's too strong already to the vitaka. And then secondly, I think from a deduction, why the Nian for chanting with the sound and the mantra can reach the first jhana is because if you always involve the organ and the method cannot shifting from the organ to the mind door, to the brain, to the nimitta in the mind door, you can hardly to get to the first jhana. Because anapanasati, in the very beginning, you see the nimitta. Finally, the nimitta become transparent, integrate with the breath. You see, these stages is very crucial, especially the transparency to bring you to the first jhana. Whereas the other method, they cannot. Maybe I think chanting Buddha name, also the mantra cannot. Maybe just access concentration only. So this is why we say before the first jhana, they are the sensuous consciousness, and if let's say no matter how you work hard, you cannot produce the first jhana. In some temple, they will say that you should do dharma work. Go to do some sweeping, offer to the Buddha, in order to process the high quality of the sensuous consciousness, so that they are going to push you to the jhana, first jhana. this is what the skill we learn. But anyway, for us, we were from the perspective of the Qigong, because sometimes you cannot reach the first jhana. It's because the weight of the body, because of the meridian and the chakra. But I think nowadays, I mean, even though the Myanmar, since they put too long time in meditation, if let's say it is fruitless, very boring one, you know. Elena, can you imagine? Every day they go to wash the breath, 8 hours, nothing. So they say, you go back, wash the breath until the nimitta. Very boring, you know. So some they have to do the Qigong. No matter Qigong, they just try here and try there. Hopefully, the things can come out. Because no nimitta, no interview. Because no story, if without nimitta. So this is the Visuddhimagga perspective. Anyway, class, if let's say no matter how nimitta doesn't appear, you can shift to other method without nimitta. No choice. Yes, Mr. Leong, any question?
Sifu, instead of this sense sphere consciousness to achieve jhana, some says that our mindfulness is not strong enough to obtain the jhana state. Is it true?
Yes, we have a different way to express. Usually, I think the Sutanta, they will say, your mindfulness is not strong enough so that you cannot achieve that. Then, if that's the case, what do they advise to enhance the mindfulness? Longer sitting or what, Mr. Leong?
Sit and practice more.
Practice more, okay? I mean,
on the mindfulness, so that
yeah.
mindfulness is firm and robust.
Yeah, possible. So usually, this is the way we used to explain. In Abhidhamma, we will use Vitaka because some method they cannot reach, some method they can. If the method Anapanasati can reach, you cannot reach. So possible is the mindfulness. And then the second maybe because other reason, your body, your meridian chakra, all these things, you have to enhance it. Mr. Leong, do you notice that after some Qigong, you can attain jhana easier, right? You can sit better, right? After the Qigong, usually the session, right?
Actually, by opening the diastolic consciousness is faster and it's faster and more of a shortcut lah.
Yeah, shortcut. Yes, that's true. Okay. So Mr. Leong, no, from like what Deng Xiaoping say, we don't bother what cat is it, as long as we don't bother whether it's a black cat or the white cat, as long as you can catch the rat, it's the good cat, right? So we just use the method which is helpful to us.
Actually, in fact, one of the suttas says that there is no white or black. Let the scene be the scene, that's all. Don't add any judgment.
That one is the ultimate truth, right? Now we talk about conventional truth, Mr. Leong. Okay, okay. Yeah, we were about to finish it because I think about I want to do some packing already. Okay, let's try to finish this. You see, class, if let's say the 5 material resultant, the only function is the rebirth linking, bhavanga, and the death. Okay, then except the supramandev fruit, wherever all the resultant chitta, they are sense sphere resultant. Okay, so this is something just remind you. So usually the jhana chitta generates the rebirth according to the level. So class, if let's say when you die, okay, the highest achievement is the first jhana, you reborn to the first jhana rank. Second jhana, you go to the second jhana rank accordingly. So all is, I mean, it seems our mind, I think Shakyamuni accumulated experience, and then later on, our Buddha disciple do some sorting for it. You see, it's structured according with the 4 jhana of the Sutanta. We mentioned that already. Then you see the jhana chitta itself is not distinguished into different types. According to the 3 degrees of the development, it's not distinguished into different types. Yes, just now we mentioned we got the inferior, superior. Well, basically, this is a theory only. Practically, quite hard to say what is the first inferior first jhana, inferior and superior first jhana. practically, I never heard about that. Maybe maybe this is it is only exists theoretically lah. Huh? Then last one, you see, the highest one he still possesses at the end of his life is the one that will take on the role of the generating rebirth. So this is the one. So class, always bear in mind that once you're able to reach to the jhana, you have to talk to your meditation master that how to plan your time accordingly with the vipassana and the jhana. If let's say you don't want to reborn to the jhana, become the deva, so you have to come back. Usually, we do vipassana with our sense-free consciousness to do the vipassana. So if a longer time you do the vipassana, the sense-free consciousness finally will bring you back to the human. So you have to plan for that. So that if you worry that as a deva, you are to enjoy the life until you don't want to meditate. So you can aim to come back. Secondly, if you aim for the bodhisattva, human form is still the best. You can imagine that if you open the Chiji organization in the Deva realm, do you think they got customer or not? No, right? Everybody is rich there, right? No customer. So the only the victims you can only see the suffering is in the human. And yet once you help them, they want to pay back reciprocally, then you can preach them with the Dharma to further for the meditation. Hey, I want to stop here already because I want to do some packaging already. Okay, so tomorrow I will about 9 a.m. I will depart to the airport and then I will meet you all after 2 weeks. Quite long. Okay, so we transfer the merit. Please palms together. I wish to inculcate more favorable consciousness.
More favorable
consciousness.
Through transferring merit.
Transferring merits.
To my past life enemy and relative.
To my past life relatives and enemies.
May they be liberated.
May they be liberated.
And free from suffering.
Free from suffering.
Attain Nibbana.
To attain Nibbana.
And helping others to do the same.
And helping others to do the same.
Yes, Elena.
Thank you, Master, for today's class. And Master, may you have a fruitful and safe trip to Nepal. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.